Julian Castro's notion was also that Greg Abbott might not even be the nominee, or if he somehow can't fend off the Allen Wests of the world, right? And I don't know if you agree with this, but my analysis is that part of his emphasis on not allowing mask mandates and, vaccine mandates is that were he to bend on that, that would give Allen West an opening. Like this is his proof that he's crazy, that by not.
Yeah. And he has two Republican opponents right now, or come from the very far fringes of the party, Don Huffines and Allen West.
Right.
And Allen West is already lambasting him and taking credit for the crazy that he's done in the last week, taking credit for the Greg Abbott. So I still believe, Greg Abbott has whatever, $35 million, $40 million in the bank, and he's got cash on hand. I still believe he gets through it. He's well enough liked among Republican primary voters. I mean, I don't know, but I assume that he's going to win the election and win it without a runoff in this. But it certainly had an influence in making him worse on policy.
Right. Can Beto beat him?
He can beat him, but he has to make it about the race has to be about Greg Abbott. If the race is about Beto O'Rourke, Beto can't win. If the race is about Greg Abbott, then he's got a real shot to win the governor's race.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Which would be a kind of a different race than the one he ran against Ted Cruz.
He needs to run a different race than he ran against Ted Cruz. I mean, he did a great job and he turned out a lot of people, and I think he'll do that. But this needs to be a race that's almost exclusively an indictment on the leadership in Austin. He needs to spend every day. He and I talked, and I had a conversation with him, and I told him, if there's a day I don't talk about how awful Dan Patrick is, it's a bad day for me.
Right.
So every day I'm going to talk about, and I think he needs to do the same thing with Greg Abbott.